As an arts fund manager who focuses on investing in emerging creatives in film, fashion, and art, I definitely have to weigh in on the entire Harvard versus Trump situation. So part of what I do with my arts investment fund is, of course, naturally foster emerging talent that I think has been historically left out of the fold due to financial or networking reasons and lack of those resources. But another part of why I have this fund is because I really care about cultural preservation and maintaining that blueprint of the past so we have something to work off of to be better for the future. And I think education is a vital part of that equation. And personally for me, educational institutions are the reason why I even had like the inspiration and the love and the care that I do for the arts and culture space, because while my family didn't really have a lot growing up, it stemmed from me attending certain museums and galleries by at like that Yale had back in the day, and I'd be obsessed. I would always go to those museums. I'd always go to their galleries, and they were free and they were accessible, and they taught me how to understand and like digest things that I may not experience, or how people lived, or how other people perceive the world. And it's just really, really vital and important for me to continue that kind of lesson and continue that legacy of accessibility and educational knowledge. And recently, I've been really upset with other educational institutions bending towards fascism and Yazis, because I don't know if I can say the actual word on TikTok. But I was really disappointed with that because I have always held certain educational institutions in high regard, and certain firms and establishments in high regard, to know that, that we are living in very scary times, and when it comes down to it, there's really no excuse to why such powerful firms, such powerful institutions buckled to someone so small and so pitiful, in my opinion. But I just really wanted to come on here and say that kudos to Harvard University for setting the tone and setting a proper example of what it means to stand up towards fascism, what it means to stand up towards hateful people in office, and what it means to really stay true to your values and to stand up for what's right in this world. I really wish other institutions and I really wish other corporations and firms would do the same. But I'm excited that I think it's Harvard by the time I publish this video, and MIT, and I think it would be wise for other Ivy League institutions to band together, and for the students and the staff to keep this conversation going and keep this alive, because it really is scary when you have prominent cultural educational institutions fall to really scary movements and circumstances. And for a little quick history lesson, it was actually back in the 1940s. The only reason that the Italian universities are the way that they are and that they've maintained their integrity is because they didn't fall or bend to the will of Mussolini. And I think that they're much better off because of that, and we actually get a clearer, more accurate look back in the past of Italian history. And if we don't have anything to work off of in the past in that context, or if someone comes and destroys it and rewrites it, we're all worse off in the end, and that should be a concern for everybody. And it really just does not portray an accurate image of the United States and its history, and honestly its values of, and most importantly, who built this country, because it wasn't just one group. It was a culmination of cultures. It was a variety of experiences, and to let that fall and let that waver, and then to have educational institutions not be able to teach it, is wildly concerning, terrifying, and we should all be up in arms, and we should all continue to not stop talking about it, and we should all continue to stand on our ground and say that this is unacceptable. So kudos to Harvard, kudos to MIT, and hopefully by the time I publish this, that the rest of the Ivy Leagues will follow. Because in this house, we use our privilege for the betterment of society.